Welcome back to Action 2 News at 6. People across the Fox Valley continue to rally in support of Brett Jedwabny, an Appleton team injured in a freak power washer accident back in July. A Cast for Hope starts today and ends tomorrow. It's a fishing tournament / fundraiser supporting Brett's recovery. Brett's family says fishing is one of his favorite things to do, and that this will be a big style fishing tournament where anglers will compete for the biggest fish in a certain species. The community has already raised more than $84,000 to help Brett's family with his medical bills. That's twice the amount of their $40,000 goal. We have a link to the GoFundMe on our website if you would like to help out. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jason Zimmerman. More than 100 people today participating in a fishing tournament to raise money for an Appleton teenager hurt in an unusual accident involving a power washer. Tonight, 15-year-old Brett Jedwabny continues to recover in a Milwaukee hospital. The First Alert Update, Jamal James spoke to those participating about their support and the contributions so far.
More than 100 anglers on the water this weekend, all in support of Brett Jedwabny, to help in an ongoing effort to cover the cost of his medical bills.
I'm just checking, make sure we got
This particular fundraiser, Brett's cousin Cole says, is especially fitting.
From the time he wakes up to the time he goes to bed, he's always asking to go fishing, and it's just probably his biggest passion.
Brett's passion for fishing led him to become a member of the Appleton North High School fishing team, which has been extremely successful. Coach Scott Papish says the entire team was involved in organizing this tournament fundraiser.
Brett is basically the reason why I coach, and we have multiple kids that are the same way. They just have a passion for the outdoors. All of our team members, especially Brett, have great spirits.
Anglers all throughout Wisconsin use the Fish Donkey app to participate in the Cast for Hope tournament. The hope is to raise around $2,700 this weekend, and that's on top of the GoFundMe page, which so far has seen $84,000 come in, more than double the goal.
It's fun because I get to go out and fish, and it's also great because I get to help out in some way by just showing that I care.
And while everyone hopes to catch the biggest fish and win a trophy, there's no question supporting Brett's recovery is the main driving force, especially for his family.
First of all, I'll start off by telling him that I love him and that I miss him, and tell him that he needs to fight, keep on fighting, because we have more fish to catch together.
In addition to the GoFundMe account, you can also buy a Cast for Hope t-shirt with money being donated to the family. People can also help by dropping off pop tabs at Coldwell Banker Real Estate Group locations, which will benefit Ronald McDonald House. You can learn more on our website at WBAY.com. In Oconto, Jamal James, Action 2 News.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. A 15-year-old Appleton boy continues to make progress tonight after suffering a brain injury in a pressure washer accident back in July.
It's been an emotional journey for Brett Jedwabny's family, one that has people across the world offering to help, including one very special person in Milwaukee. Drew Best joining us in the studio after speaking with Brett's dad and little brother about their unique experience at American Family Field. Drew.
Cami and Bill, you can see the word Undaunted on Brewers banners all throughout the city of Milwaukee. Manager Pat Murphy trying to make it a way of life in his clubhouse in his first season at the helm. But for the Jedwabny family, the word Undaunted has taken on a greater meaning, as Pat Murphy became a surprise tour guide with the help of friends from the Ronald McDonald House.
Gosh, within the first 2 to 3 weeks after this happened, we noticed Grant needed a day to just get away.
The Jedwabny family has spent the past 2.5 months in a hospital in Milwaukee. Their oldest son, 15-year-old Brett Jedwabny, receiving care for a traumatic brain injury. Although Brett has made progress, their insurance denied their request 3 times to move him to a more specialized facility in Chicago. Not giving up, the family recently learned they finally received approval.
I was back at work in Green Bay, and my wife called, and she just had that different pitch in her voice, and I'm like, uh-oh, something good happened. She sprung it on me. We got to improve for insurance, and she just said the word undaunted, and we both got teary-eyed.
It's the word undaunted that stuck with the family after being surprised by Pat Murphy, who gave Tyler and Grant a tour unlike any other. Grant held his favorite player's bat, sat in the Brewers dugout, and with Murphy in his office, where the manager answered every question that came his way. Murphy then gave the two T-shirts from his own collection that say the word undaunted.
That word embodies on true grit, not giving up. There's going to be disappointments. You're going to have to fight through that. It couldn't have hit my wife and I and Grant at a better time.
Him doing the yes and no questions, I think that gives me hope that he will be able to talk. And like him lifting up his legs, that'll give me hope for him to walk.
The Jed Wobney family says it was an unforgettable experience. They are staying at the Ronald McDonald House as Brett is now preparing for his second surgery on October 30th. Tomorrow, the family is holding a fundraiser called Bags for Brett. The cornhole tournament will be hosted at Primetime Bar and Grill in Menasha starting at noon. If you are looking for another way to donate, you can find a GoFundMe link in our website, WBAY.com/links. Cammie and Bill.
Thanks, David. An Appleton teen continues to regain abilities after suffering a severe brain injury from a power washer accident back in July. 15-year-old Brett Jed Wobney is making strides in his recovery after his family successfully battled their insurance company to get him transferred to the Shirley Ryan Ability Lab in Chicago. In a First Alert update, Drew Best spoke with Brett's father about his progress at that world-renowned facility.
Mom. A little louder. Mom.
On November 1st, Brett Jed Wobney said his first word since the accident. His father Tyler says their family waited 116 days to hear Brett's voice again. Shortly after that emotional first word, the Jed Wobney family began a new therapy schedule, which they say has kept Brett busy.
Monday was kind of a day to settle in, and Tuesday, right away, they had him standing. And that just blew my mind. I looked at him probably like, you're going to hurt him. And they're like, no, we got this. He's got this. No problem.
Tyler says the relationship between Brett and his younger brother Grant has strengthened throughout their time in Chicago.
It is fun watching them come back together and realize how much they did need each other. Watching them play catch for the first time since the accident, the smiles could have lit up that entire room on just their two faces alone.
Do you love Boo Bear? You do? Mm-hmm. Did you miss him? Say I love you.
I love you too, Brett.
Tyler says Grant is finding unique ways to make Brett's recovery fun.
My wife and Grant stopped at the candy store, the sugar store down in Chicago. I saw the candy cigarettes, which those two absolutely love doing together. And the therapy session just before that was all about Brett trying to blow bubbles. And Grant's like, Mom, this is just like blowing bubbles. He'll love this. And when he brought that to the table, I mean, the laughter in the room was awesome.
Brett's therapy at Shirley Ryan tests his abilities for several hours a day, working to reactivate all of Brett's muscles. Above all else, Tyler says the key to Brett's progress has been his determination.
It seems here he's taking full charge of this rehab. They were doing some standing, working on standing up. And they said this probably is going to be a little bit painful. So they said we're going to set a goal of 5. We got done with the 5 and he quickly put up his hands and said 2. He wanted to do 2 more. Honestly, one thing that helps that is the view at the Shirley Ryan overlooks Lake Michigan. Every time he sees that lake, he utters the word fish. So that is on his mind, and we are going to play off of going fishing again.
Tyler is now hard at work getting the Jed Wobney home ready for Brett's eventual return, which according to doctors could be as early as 6 to 8 weeks. Tyler says the date does not matter. What matters is bringing Brett home.
He wants to come back, and he wants to be able to do everything that he did before. As a parent, that's all you can ask for your kid is to have that drive.
Drew Best, Action 2 News.
If you would like to support the Jed Wobney family, a link to their GoFundMe can be found on our website, WBAY.com/links. Welcome back to Action 2 News at 6. As the holiday season approaches, a Fox Valley family supports their son as he continues recovery with the national leader in physical medicine and rehabilitation, the Shirley Ryan Ability Lab in Chicago.
As we first told you back in July, 15-year-old Brett Jed Wobney of Appleton suffered a traumatic brain injury in a power washing accident. Brett continuing to regain abilities with his family right there by his side. In the story you will only see here on Action 2 News, Drew Best spent a day with Brett and his family in Chicago detailing his latest progress.
We're walking. We're going fishing. Let's go.
6 months removed from a life-altering brain injury, Brett Jedwabny is walking nearly every single day in physical therapy, something doctors early on told him he would never do again. But that all changed when he arrived in Chicago.
When we spoke to Shirley Ryan Ability Lab and our lead doctor here, he's like, wait a minute, we're not saying that. We are going to work tirelessly at it.
Brett, alongside his parents Tyler and Nicole, and his little brother Grant, working with therapists every day, relearning movements and muscle memory, and making strides in the process.
He's doing a lot better job walking, rolling in bed, getting in and out of bed. These are all things we've been practicing a lot. Stand up, good. Good, stand tall.
Brett's new challenge here at the Shirley Ryan Ability Lab is starting to sit on his own without any support. This is something that therapists say he started doing in a sling, but now as you can see, he's starting to do it all by himself. During our visit, the family tells us this is the first time Brett sat without support since the accident. Doctors and therapists encouraging the family to cheer on every victory.
They want you to celebrate every single step of the way when he does something small, because it means something big.
In therapy, like when I go there, he does a lot more. That just like makes me want to be there for him and help him out.
I, still sometimes have those visions of what I saw the day of the accident, and I just look back at pictures from July 9th, and now the growth that he's made and the abilities that he is making.
With Brett expected to stay in Chicago, the family quickly realized this year's Christmas would be celebrated in the hospital.
It's going to look different. We don't have a tree at our house. Matter of fact, we can't go to our house. It doesn't matter where this Christmas would have happened. This Christmas is special because it's us four.
And the support for Brett does not stop with family.
As of early this week, these are the countries that we've now gotten. We officially know about a third of the people we've gotten cards from.
While many do not personally know the Jedwabnys, they are sending prayers for Brett's growth, telling him he's truly an inspiration, making a difference with every step he takes.
We would not be here if we didn't have our faith, and from the support of other people from all different aspects of different religions, of people that have come together to pray for us.
As tragic as it is, this journey has kind of inspired other people, and I know it's inspired me. His strength has inspired me to push further, become the best dad I can for him.
This Christmas season of family serving as a reminder of what matters most and that miracles do exist. Brett Jedwabny attacking every single day.
Here he is, walking, sitting up on his own, saying, Mom, I love you, Dad, I love you. That's Brett Strong.
Reporting in Chicago with photographer Will Sentowski.
It's really cold. It's
nice job, dude.
I'm Drew Best for Action 2 News.
If you would like to support the Jedwabny family this holiday season, a link to their GoFundMe can be found on our website, WBAY.com/links. They have come so far.
They sure have. Wow.